went to a new Indian restaurant that's opened. The decor was lovely. The menu was interesting, but the service was absolutely abysmal. And they were busy, but they weren't run off their feet. But we'd been there an hour and 10 minutes and we hadn't had so much as a poppadom. Hello and welcome to another chatty week in the life of me. I'm Ashley, I'm 60 but sassy, and this is episode 5. And thank you if you've chosen to spend some time with me. I hope you'll stay till the end. So what have I been up to this week? It has been a really busy one. Tuesday, I caught up with an old friend. I haven't got any footage of that. Haven't seen each other for a number of years, for a long time, so we had a lot to talk about. And we went to Prezzo. We used to have Prezzo in town and then it closed, and now it's reopened in exactly the same building it was in before. It was quite nice food. I think it's quite expensive for what it is, but it didn't matter. The company was lovely. So Andrew, if you do happen to be watching, it was lovely to catch up with you. Wednesday, really busy. It was my husband's birthday and I spent a lot of the day cleaning because, unbeknownst to him, I had invited our next door neighbours who we get on well with for dinner. So I'll put a little bit of Wednesday's footage on now. It is Wednesday, November the 12th. It is only 20 to 2 and I've got all the lights on inside. It is so dark. I'm sorry I'm looking a mess. I'm in the process of starting to cook dinner. It's hubby's birthday. Been out to morning knitting this morning for a little bit, and I am starting to cook dinner, and then I'm going to do a bit of cleaning and a bit more prep. Hubby doesn't know. He knows I'm cooking dinner, and I've told him to be ready with a nice shirt on downstairs in the kitchen for 6:45 for a drinky. And a couple of neighbours from next door are coming at 7 o'clock to join us for dinner. And our son, who lives at home, is joining us as well. So let me flip you over and show you what I'm cooking. I've got this lovely Middle Eastern cookbook, Persiana. I've had a couple of years. My dad bought it me one Christmas. There's 2 go-to recipes in here that I cook all the time. Let me show you. I'm doing this slow-cooked leg of lamb. Here she is, beautiful. It's just under 2.5 kilos, and I've made some slashes in it, and there is this rubbing dip well, it's not a rubbing dip, it's a marinade. I'm so tired. I didn't sleep very well and then overslept. So in here I have got 50 grams of softened butter, 2 tablespoons of ground coriander, 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, 4 garlic cloves crushed, sea salt and black pepper. That's all nicely mixed together now, and I've got to spoon it over my lamb and press it into the creases or cracks or crevices, whatever you want to call them. So there she is in all her glory, this dish. Oh, it is a proper feast. Let me show you what I'm serving with it. I will be roasting some peppers when the lamb comes out of the oven, but I make this tomato salad with pomegranate molasses and sumac. It is beautiful. Here's my lamb after an hour. I have got 4 hours to go. Oh my goodness, it is just so yummy. It's had 2 hours now, this lamb. It's got 3 to go. I'm just spooning these buttery, lammy juices over it every half an hour. Oh, the smell is absolutely incredible. It has got less than an hour to go now. It is looking so scrummy. It is smelling scrummy. Oh, can't wait to cut into it. Oh my word. It was an amazing meal, lovely company. I wish I hadn't had to go to work the next day. My next door neighbour, Helen, she's an ex-teacher like me. She retired fully on the 31st of August. She's not of retirement age, she's taken early retirement. And like me, she's a keen crafter. And I was bemoaning the fact that I had to go to work on Thursday. And she said, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I said, I'm going to message you really early just because I'm annoyed. Anyway, I didn't because it was really busy at work. But I did drop her a message at about 9 o'clock or something. And I said, I hope you're having a lovely day. And then at lunchtime, I saw that she'd messaged me saying it was about 11 o'clock, still in pyjamas, knitting. And of course, Thursday was actually a really nice sunny day. It's a lovely sunny day today. I'm hoping to get off out to a local farm shop in a bit. I'll take you with me for next week's vlog. But yeah, that was lovely. I did start to come down with a bit of a cold, chesty cough thing on Thursday, but I've pushed through it. And on Thursday night, I went to the Ben Hall in Rugby and saw Rare Productions' production of High School Musical, which I've never seen before. And I do like musical theatre, but I'm more musicals. I like the old classics like Cabaret and West Side Story and stuff like that. I don't know why I'm talking so fast. It's because I'm in a hurry. And if, like me, you watch vlogs on like a faster speed, I'll be speaking at 500 miles an hour, won't I? Anyway, yes, I went because one of my students that I teach acting to at Theatre Train on a Saturday, she was in the chorus. She's only 8. So I think for Rare Productions, you have to be 8, and then the cut-off is 21. So it is for young people. And actually a couple of students from the school that I teach at were in it as well. So that was really lovely to see. Then Friday, work. I really enjoyed work on Friday, but I was suffering with chest, cough, whatever. Saturday I had Theatre Train, went to see my dad. Then we went out with some friends for Pete's birthday. Again, he knew we were going out for dinner, but he didn't know that these friends of ours were coming, and they offered to drive as well. So we went to, he was ever so pleased when he opened the door. I was upstairs pretending to do my makeup. I had already done it. And the doorbell went. I said, oh, get that, see who it is. And it was our friends, Jules and her partner, Ian. And they sang happy birthday. So we knew that they were coming with us. And yeah, it was lovely. We went to a new Indian restaurant that's opened. And it's really nice decor inside. Again, I forgot to take any footage. I was just having so much fun. Yeah, the decor was lovely. The menu was interesting. They're trying to be modern, Indian with a modern twist. But the service was absolutely abysmal. Some of the waiting staff just really did not look happy at all. And I'd made a reservation. And they were busy, but they weren't run off their feet. But we'd been there an hour and 10 minutes and we hadn't had so much as a poppadom. We'd drunk a whole bottle of wine at 30 quid a bottle, the three of us that were drinking. So, you know, that's not good, is it? And I did call one of the waitresses over and I said, I'm really sorry. I said, we've been here well over an hour. We've not even had our poppadoms. She said, I'm so sorry. And I said, is it teething problems? And she said, yes, the kitchen. So I think there was a lack of communication between the kitchen and the waiting staff. But lots of people seem to be waiting a long time for their food. And it wasn't cheap for what it was, you know. There's other places that I'd rather go in town and spend that kind of money for a meal. But we did have an absolutely lovely time with our friends, which was fantastic. So that took us to Saturday. We stayed out quite late. I mean, the table was booked for 7:30, but we didn't leave the restaurant until just gone 20 to 11 because everything had taken so long. But I guess that's nice, you know. We weren't in a hurry, but we were blooming starving by the time our food came. Then Sunday, I went to a Reenactors market at, I think it's the Warwick Event Arena or something. We went with some friends who both reenact. One reenacts as a pirate and the other one, he reenacts as a pirate, but he also is a member of the Sealed Knot and a parliamentarian, and he does English Civil War. We went to see him in the Battle of Edge Hill a couple of years ago, which was our first Sealed Knot event, and we really enjoyed it. And obviously my husband and I, we're not reenactors, but I like wandering around because there's so much to see, and from a crafting point of view there's stuff that I like. But we also went for Sunday lunch, so I'll put some footage of that on now. Sunday lunch was absolutely amazing. I think it was £18.95 for the roast beef. We couldn't eat it all. We could not eat it all. I mean, in terms of value for money compared to the night before, everything was beautifully cooked. The cauliflower cheese was so cheesy. I'm salivating now thinking about it. Yorkshire puddings were slightly overdone, but massive, with little fried carrot peel shavings inside. And yeah, just beef cooked beautifully tender. I could have it pinker, but it was really tender. I hate it when beef is really chewy. And it's just a lovely lovely venue there, really. Now, what did I buy at the Reenactors Fair? I bought a couple of things. I love kind of old bits and pieces. And there was one stall that it was a bit like, I don't know, a bit like a white elephant stall, I guess, a bit of this, a bit of that. And she had some baskets, like things that were 50p, things that were £1, things that were free, and had a little rifle through. And I like doing paper crafting. So for 50p, I've bought this little book, this little children's book, that's got some little pictures in that I can colour in. I can use the book pages for whatever. But the other thing I'm really interested in are old magazines. And she did a deal. They were supposed to be £5 each, but she did 3 for £10 and threw the little book in for free. So I've got a copy of Punch from 1951. I haven't even really looked through it yet, but again, I know you might think it's sacrilege, but it will come in for junk journals, which I have yet to make, but paper crafting things that I want to look at. But also, it's such a lovely historical archive, you know, Shell Chemicals, all the adverts, and Punch, of course, is satirical, isn't it? So, and then she had a whole load of these magazines, My Home. And I've got this, which one is it? Is it this one? Yes, this is Christmas from December 1940. So we'd been at war for 15 months or thereabouts, 16 months. And I just love all the adverts. And there's some knitting patterns in here. There are recipes. And obviously we were in rationing times, so yeah, you can't have too many bright ideas, so I shall really enjoy looking through those. But one of the things that, as we literally just got through the entrance and we were walking down towards the restaurant because we wanted to have a sandwich because we were starving and a cup of coffee, walked past one of the stores that have got a clothing rail, and I saw a bottle green woolen jacket, and I thought, oh gosh, I like that. And I didn't stop and look at it, but I clocked it, do you know what I mean? Anyway, it was still there a couple of hours later and I bought it. It's too small for me at the moment. I can get it on and it's not tight under the arms. I just can't do it up. And there is actually a little hole there, I've just noticed. Oh no, there isn't, it's a bit of glitter. A bit of glitter on the back, but it is a boys' school blazer, and I just love the little badge on it, and it's got so much history. It's obviously really old. It's got the maker's label in it from somewhere in Nottingham, and it goes beautifully with I've got these kind of rusty coloured balloon leg trousers that are a little bit cropped that I'm loving wearing at the moment, and it goes beautifully with that. So that was what I bought for £25. It's not bad, is it? And I got a Star Wars bag for free. So that's what we did yesterday, and we were exhausted. I mean, I was exhausted because I was still kind of battling with this cold, feeling much better today, which is brilliant. Let me just have a slurp of coffee. But yeah, I had an afternoon nap, then spent ages responding to YouTube comments. Thank you so much if you commented on last week's video, and thank you so much if you subscribed. I think this time last week I had about 60 subscribers. I think I've got not quite 80 as I'm filming this, but I've noticed that my views are steadily going up. So I think the first very short video that I spent a long time editing, actually, because there was a lot of footage from all over the summer, that's only had about 100 views, but steadily every video is getting more views. So thank you so much if you are watching, and if you think you've got any friends that might like to hear a mad old woman spout on about being old, not that 60 is old, I'll come to that in a minute as well, excuse me, do pass on my channel to them. Anyway, I'm going to put the glasses on now because enough of being vain. I can see you now. So I think I've talked about all of the stuff that I did last week. So I set myself a challenge. I think I mentioned this either last week or the week before, that I'm going for 30 days without any cakes, sweets, chocolates or biscuits, and I've kept it up. I'm so proud of myself. The only chocolate I've had is cacao, which is, it's not like highly processed like, you know, a bar of Cadbury dairy milk or, you know, a Twix or something. So it's much better for you. I think today is day 28. So that means Wednesday I can start introducing those things again. But do you know, I don't actually fancy them. And I think what I'm going to do, rather than spending money on cheap, highly processed stuff like cakes and biscuits. Oh, and even when it was Pete's birthday and we had coffee and walnut birthday cake from Marks and Spencer's, I didn't have any, which is I'm really proud of. I've had no cappuccinos, no mochas, which are drinks that I love, no salted caramel lattes. I might start introducing the odd mocha, but you know, instead of having something like 4 times a week, just 1 a week. But I'm going to treat myself to some very expensive dark chocolate and have 1 square a day, because it's supposed to be very good for women of a certain age. And as I say this, a woman of a certain age, I want to talk about the marvellous Sara Cox, who you probably know is a BBC Radio 2 presenter. Well, if you're watching from abroad, you won't know. But she's 50, she'll be 51 in December, and she has just completed, for children in need, 5 marathons in 5 consecutive days. And she finished on Friday at about 3:30, having done over 135 miles. What an achievement. And various people have interviewed her, and she said that one of the reasons that she did this is that she wanted to dispel the myth that older women can't do anything. And this ties into one thing that I said earlier on about invisibility and feeling invisible. And I might be paraphrasing this quote, but she has said, "We are not women of a certain vintage. We are not women of a certain age. We are women over 50. We are not hiding anymore." Isn't that inspirational? So inspirational. And to do what she's done, and I've seen some photographs of her in her running gear. My goodness, she's toned and ripped. She really, really, really is. There's just one thing that two things that I want to say before I sign off and let you get on with your week. I came across this on Pinterest, and it kind of chimes with the tagline of my channel, 60 but sassy, growing old disgracefully. This woman says, "I don't know about you, but I worry a lot less about what others think of me the older I get. I'm not quite there yet, I have to say. I do still worry, which is why I came on without my glasses and why I've got makeup on. But you know, it shouldn't matter, should it? This is the killer for me. Plus, I hear old people can do crazy shit and get away with it. That sounds like fun. So I hope it's true." That's really what I want to live my life by. But the final thing that I want to do is just share with you some of your lovely comments that I had on last week's vlog that have really, really humbled me. Really humbled me. So just bear with a minute while I get the video up. So Linda Purple Nana says, "Grab each day when you can and when you are able." Excellent advice, isn't it? Follow your dreams as long as you are able. A lot of you liked the poem last week about Dust If You Must by, what was her name? Rose Milligan, was it? Now this person, I think this is the first time that they have commented. So welcome. This is Anya. You or something, I don't know. Anya anyway, if you are watching, thank you for the video. I can see you are a beautiful warrior leading your life with intention. Thank you for sharing a glimpse, and I'm waiting to see more of it. Wish you lots of love. Then Diane Massey, who I met on a yarn retreat last year. She's originally from Scotland but now lives in Texas. She says, "Lovely to see you again. Dust is a never-ending problem. that gets dealt with once a week. I don't think it even gets dealt with that often in my house. Shh. That's one of the blessings actually of being quite short-sighted, is that you can't see it. And she's recommended a podcast which I must listen to, a fun audio podcast that she listened to while walking, How to Be 60 with Kay Adams. Now Kay Adams, I think she's a journalist, isn't she? And Karen McKenzie, who put a fun spin on being 60. Then this really, I got quite emotional by this. So this is Helen Mousy Makes. Thank you so much for today's chat, Ashley. You demonstrate such positivity and resilience, and I feel fortunate that I'm filling up reading this, and I feel fortunate that I can spend a bit of my time with you. And then she goes on to say about dusting. That just really gladdened my heart. Oh, and Louise Martin, she's commented on quite a few of my little 60 but sassy vlogs. She's recently had some breast surgery for removal of precancerous cells. I'm not oversharing because she's made that comment in a public forum. She said that she welled up when you talked about your cancer journeys and thought how amazing and inspiring you are. She turned 60 in December and couldn't decide what to do to celebrate it. Then in August, she went for her breast screening, and anyway, it looks like she might have to have radiotherapy on the day, but she's going to be impulsive. She's going to grab life by the balls, sorry to say a rude word, and do whatever she can at the time, inspired by me. I'm not here to inspire anybody. If I do, I really, that is just lovely. I'm just here to share my life as I live it. I'm not perfect by any means. Margaret Peden, bless her, she lost her husband earlier this year, and life isn't quite as she wants it to be at the moment. I am absolutely overwhelmed by your kindness, your lovely comments. Somebody, Hope Springs, she says, I think cancer makes you worry less about what others think. You almost feel as though you've been given a special chance to appreciate life. Now that's really interesting, because I don't know whether I do. I don't know whether I'm squandering my life or whether I am just living it to the full and thinking I've got an attitude, oh, do you know what? I don't know whether I'm going to make old bones, having had cancer 3 times. Having had cancer 3 times, is that making me be more careful about how I live my life? Am I living my life healthier? No, I'm not. I'm enjoying it, you know. Yes, and on that note, I am now going to go and venture out in the sunshine. Please do comment, like, share, and above all, if you would join my little 60 but sassy crew and become a subscriber, that would be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today. I'm hoping to put a couple of shorts up during the week, and I will be back next Monday. Oh, I should say that with the giving up all of that sugary type stuff for 28 days it is now, I have lost 4.5 pounds, which is amazing, seeing all the other stuff that I've eaten and drink. So yeah, on that note, I definitely am going. I've so enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much for being here. Bye now.